Good evening, Postal family. How's everybody doing? My name is Saeed. Welcome back to my channel. What's going on this Friday evening? Nice and steamy Friday evening. Man, it's rough out there, guys. Anyway, today's topic, what I'm looking at, I've been meaning to make this video for a minute now. It's NALC and us, and looking at UPS and Teamsters, how they stack up side by side. I know off the bat you all gonna say, okay, UPS is 10 times better. Just looking at some details in comparison, we're always compared to them. So I'll take a look at some details. But first, if you're new to the channel, my name is Saeed. Postal content is what I do love to do. Thanks everybody for all the support. Keep giving me the thumbs up, smash that hype button. Thanks you guys for all you do, the communication. Can't thank you guys enough always. Appreciate it. That's why I do this. Everything I say on here is from my views, my research. I don't speak on behalf of USPS, Post Office in any of my videos. So again, thank you guys for the communication, the comments. Keep them coming. I love reading each and every one, responding. Like I say every time, if I haven't responded to you, my bad. Just trying to catch up on the day off. Thank God it's so many of you all. That's a blessing in itself. So just trying to catch up. If I haven't gotten to you, my bad. So that last story I shared about the technician in, I believe, Eagan, Minnesota, about the he was going to fix that flat sorter and he smelled human feces. And some of you, I think, couple of you said, "Is this a real story?" Yes, it is a real story. If you can do your own search, Eagan, Minnesota. It's pretty basic common sense. You can type up technician, smells feces, got in trouble with his job and everything. So it is a real story. Everything I share is it's a real story based on real articles. So it's not something I make up. So I'll just get that out of the way. So let's get to the title at hand. Teamsters and UPS versus NALC and USPS. I said UPS twice. Who really has it better? Two of the biggest delivery workforces in America, UPS drivers and USPS letter carriers, are represented by two very different unions working under two very different rule books. One side can legally strike, the other can't, even if they wanted to. One just locked in a deal through 2028, the other is in mediation right now with no contract in place. So which job actually has it better, the Teamsters at UPS or the NALC at the Postal Service? Let's break it down, guys. The big structural difference. Before we get to paychecks, you need to understand the legal foundation because it explains everything else. UPS is a private company. That means labor relations are governed by the National Labor Relations Act, the same law that covers most private sector unions in America. Critically, that means Teamsters at UPS have the right to strike. And they've used that leverage. The looming threat of a strike in 2023 is a huge part of why UPS came back to the table with a historic offer. USPS is different. It's technically an independent federal agency. Postal unions operate under the Postal Reorganization Act, and that law bans postal workers from striking. Thanks to whoever created that. I always say that. Thanks so much. I think it was the president back then. So, and the law bans postal workers from striking, period. If USPS and NALC can't agree on a contract, it doesn't turn into a strike threat. It goes to mediation. And if that fails, to binding arbitration, where a neutral arbitrator just decides the terms of both sides. The guy we can so much trust, Mr. Nolan, right? That one legal difference, strike rights versus no strike rights, shapes almost every negotiation that follows. Where things stand right now, Section 2. Let's talk current status because this is where the contrast is sharpest. UPS Teamsters are working under 2023 to 2028 National Master Agreement, a full 5-year deal. Ratified back in August of 2023, it's locked in. Drivers currently know exactly what they're getting paid through mid-2028, including schedule raises and cost of living adjustments. NALC letter carriers are in a very different spot indeed. Their last contract covered 2023 through May 22nd of this year. And that date already passed. The contract technically expired. And after 3 months of negotiations, NALC and USPS couldn't reach a deal. They're now in a mandatory 60-day mediation period that's supposedly going to end here shortly. The old contract terms stay in effect while this plays out, but there's real uncertainty hanging over about 200,000 city letter carriers right now. And this isn't new. The previous round of bargaining also ended up going to arbitration after members voted to reject that first tentative deal. So, UPS has certainty through 2028. USPS carriers are in limbo. Section 3, show me the money. Let's talk numbers because this is what everyone actually wants to know. UPS Teamsters, the 2023 contract delivered a $2.75 an hour raise immediately, with total increases of $7.50 an hour by the end of the 5-year deal. Part-timers got raised to $21 an hour floor immediately. Full-time top rate climbed to around $49 an hour. On top of scheduled raises, there's also a cost of living clause in 2026 alone. Teamsters got an extra 22 cents an hour in cost of living adjustments stacked on top of their $1 an hour negotiated raise. USPS letter carriers, the arbitrator set 2023 through 2026 deal gave general wage increases of, 1.3% in 2023, 1.4% in 2024, and 1.5% in 2025. Which is a blessing in itself. All these videos recently, I don't say thank God enough. What we're getting is a blessing in itself. Can't ever forget that. Every little bit that we didn't have before is a blessing. Some positivity, guys. Plus 6 separate cost of living adjustment payments. Altogether, that worked out to about a 19.5 total increase over the 3 years. If they put it like that, I mean, in raw dollar terms, UPS drivers came out ahead, but letter carriers have something UPS workers don't have guaranteed in the same way, a contractual cost of living adjustment formula that's been protected for decades, giving them near automatic inflation protection regardless of what happens in general bargaining. Section 4, job tiers and structure. Both of these workforces have a lower tier of workers who eventually move up. At UPS, that used to be 22.4 driver classification, a lower paid tier that didn't have the same seniority protections as the regular package car drivers. The 2023 contract actually eliminated this 2-tier system, reclassifying all 22.4 drivers into a full seniority roles. This is exactly what we need. 2 tables into 1. Now, some of you have mentioned is only going to be table 2 left. That's the thing we don't want. We want only table 1. So, at USPS, the equivalent role of City Carrier Assistant or CCA, a non-career position that eventually converts to a full career carrier role. Unlike UPS's fix, this tiered system is still very much in place. The CCA to career conversion timelines were actually one of the sticking points in the current 2026 negotiations. Benefits beyond the paycheck. A few other things worth knowing. UPS's 2023 contract added real quality of life wins, in-cab air conditioning for new delivery vehicles, cargo compartment ventilation retrofits for older trucks, and Martin Luther King Day as a full paid holiday for the first time ever. USPS carriers, meanwhile, get the benefits that come from being federal employees. A FERS pension, access to thrift savings plan, basically a 401k and federal employees health benefits program that are touching the sky right now, eating all over whatever we make. These are generally more standardized and arguably more stable long-term than a privately negotiated pension. So last thing, closing. So here's the honest takeaway. UPS Teamsters currently have more leverage, a longer logged-in contract, and a bigger dollar-for-dollar raises, largely because they can legally strike and use that threat effectively in 2023. NALC letter carriers have a strong inflation protection formula and the stability of federal benefits, but they're stuck right now without a finalized contract, working under a legal system that takes the strike option completely off the table. It's not the one union is better than the other. They're operating under fundamentally different rules. And honestly, that's the real story here. The law you bargain under can matter just as much as the union doing the bargaining. So, you guys know what to do. If you found it useful, keep the communication portal. Do everything. So just, I know I've done these comparison videos a while ago, I think a year and a half ago, something like this, but there were some questions popping up and different things. Just want to go over exactly some few details between us and UPS. The keyword always, whenever you think of this comparison, is strike, of course. They can. So that's why their higher wages, everything, their contract is good. They're logged in until 2028. Like the article said, all their package drivers know exactly how much they're going to make, how much step increases they're going to get. Meanwhile, we are still in limbo. The mediation is going to end here, I believe, next week or within the next week and a half. So then we'll find out if we're going to arbitration, probably most likely. But also the LA NALC convention is coming up here in August. So the higher ups in NALC are excited about that, of course, and just the whole thing, makes them really excited. Doesn't make us excited one bit. It's that 1 month stops all the grievances period, so you can't file grievances during that. So because all the NALC, some shop stewards, not all of them, they go and be part of that convention. So that's it. Just wanted to share the little bit of a comparison. UPS, not like we already knew. Just want to bring it over, some new details, different, just to look at it, because always in arbitration we get compared to UPS. Always, if you look at private sector, but we're nowhere near their base scale. Ours is 41, the top out in 13 years. Theirs is 49 now in 4 years. So it's a big, gigantic difference there. But in all honesty, the way UPS works, man, I've seen so many UPS drivers with back problems and, all day lifting those heavy packages. But how much they make, all the drivers I see on my routes, they always smile on their face, nothing. But, the wear and tear we have serious wear and tear too. So many, with knee problems. The knee is most common I've seen, because in the truck we get in each time, you can't even count how many times. It's probably 1,000 depending on the route, much more than that. I'm just taking So imagine your knee going back and forth that many times. It's no wonder that develops a lot of issues in the knees. So give or take that job, they do make a lot of money, but their hours are a lot longer, and their work-life balance is, because during the years I've heard of a lot of stories about, UPS drivers, getting divorced because their partner doesn't see them, stuff like that. But rightfully so, they're always working. But there's many good stories too. They raise their, they have a good family union. I mean, with all that money, everything is taken care of. But we gotta look at our stuff. We gotta say thank you, God, for everything. It's a blessing in itself, whatever we get. Right now, to have a job is a big blessing, considering everything going on. So different things. Just, me, I gotta stay positive, man. All this negativity it's not worth it. And not worth my time and all that. So anyway, stay good out there, guys. This is it for this video. Soon as mediation ends, some more new details I will share. And we'll go from there. Hope for the best, guys. Stay cool out there. That's it for this one. Mailmansyed out.